Beautiful. That's got about a yard fall off. All right. So we had your little bro out here the last couple days, and I said my goal was to get you to beat him every time. He says you can't beat him. So you came out here with a pull slice. That would be your shot shape.
Yeah.
Kind of weak shot, wasn't getting you the compression you want. That's what we were seeing. So we did two things to really get you where we want you, okay? First thing was try and get more depth, right? We've talked about how a player with more depth is gonna have their hands working more out, which would get the shaft falling, or the club head falling more behind your hands and put you in a position to hit a draw, okay? So that was the first movement we made. So set up for me real quick. Let's recap how we got there, okay? Start turning for me. Really feel that hip going, and then you're gonna feel this lead arm stay stretched across the chest at the top, right? Now our goal was to get the butt of the club as close as we could to heel line at the top of the backswing every time, okay? So that's our feel going back, okay? That creates the depth we're looking for, and it puts ourselves in a position where we could get that club path working more out. Now, that created a situation where you were hitting block fades, okay? We don't want that, right? So we went on there, and the next thing we did was we strengthened the grip slightly, you know? We talked about how the weaker it was, you started with the weak grip, how much flexion you needed through impact to get that club head square, okay? So we strengthened the grip, and now we're at a point where we're feeling more release. We're trying to get that feel of getting it to hook, right? And then we'll build it in and get it more passive later. But go ahead and give me a couple of those swings where you really concentrate on that big hook, that feel. Just a little 3/4 hooky swing. All right, that stayed out a little bit more than we wanted. Try it again. Really get that thing to turn over. There you go. Now, I want you to give me a swing. Give me a rehearsal first, where you really concentrate on getting that big turn, okay? Get bigger turn than that, okay? But then really feel like you're gonna just turn that club head over through impact and get that ball to draw. If it goes a little left with the overhook, it's fine. Go ahead and give me that feel. Good, good. Now, try and calm all that down and get this ball to just go straight. Beautiful. That's got about a yard fall off. Good swing. That's probably the best shot of your life. Coming off one of the worst, that's probably the best shot of your life. That's good. So with you, we really worked on getting you more athletic, okay? Now, when you set up, we want to feel that you get the balls of the feet, the kneecaps, and the back of the armpits all lined up, right? Yep. We don't want to get in a position where the butt is too far back, right? Yep. We want you to get that nice athletic posture. So go ahead and set up for me right now. One thing I want to clean up here, I want to get you a little taller and then round here a little bit more. Hunch. There you go. Good. Now, that puts you in a position where your hands are sitting a little bit closer to your body, right? I don't want my players in a position where they feel like they're super reachy to get to a golf ball, right? If you have to reach too far, too hard to get back to that golf ball, that's a problem, okay? Yeah. So right here every time, get your neck up just a little bit. Now, we talked about the backswing turn, right? So go ahead and make a good turn for me. Get everything loaded here. Now, this knee is working in a little bit. That leg is straightening. That's perfect. Do you feel the pressure getting into that inside heel there?
Yeah.
The top of your backswing? That's where my good athletic golfers go every time, okay? You can get this pushed out a little bit more. That's good. But right here, that club face is under control. The pressure's loaded well, that knee's in. And then we talked about how you had contact issues, correct?
Yeah.
So start over for me one more time. Go up to that backswing. You want to feel that this knee starts going around a little bit in the downswing and the pressure gets into that outside ball, right?
Yeah.
Now, here was an interesting feel, so set up again. No swing here. When you start down right? We pressure into the outside ball of that foot, but it's not just a drive this way, right? You're talking about cricket players, baseball players, anyone who's throwing something, right? We want to get into a position where you pressure and you can push back out of that foot. We don't want to just drift, right? You hear a lot about that with Major League Baseball players, just drifting into a pitch, right? Push down so that you can push back out of that lead foot through impact. And that's going to get you in a position where the trail side can then work around, you cover the golf ball, and you stop dealing with chunks, right? Cleaning up contact is something you really, you really want to do. Yeah. If you can hit the ball solidly, you can play, you know, meaningful, decent golf, right? And that's kind of the goal I want all my players to be able to do, is be able to at least go out there and truly enjoy it. Stop chunking, stop leaving golf balls at their feet, and really enjoy the game, right? So, cool. All right, so everything we've worked on is coming together. That's a great golf shot right there. So we had quite a few things that you needed to work on, right? First off, we got into your balance points, right? We wanted to get you into a position where you weren't having tilt issues, okay? So I got you set up here, and I got the balls of the feet, the kneecaps all lined up to start. I got the pelvis more under you, and then I put you in a position where you rounded your upper thoracic spine versus getting the butt way back, tilting here, and having pressure moving too far back in your feet, okay? So that was the first thing we did. Now, second movement was how we move the body and how we get the arms back, okay? So when you set up, you got in here with a really weak lead grip and a really strong trail grip, okay? That threw everything off with your arms. So I put you in a position where we took this elbow, got the elbow more pointed to our side and our trail arm, got the forearm more up to the sky, rounded off that trail wrist, okay? Got this grip on here stronger, this grip on more over the top of that, then worked you up to where this trail elbow started to bend more. It's still pulling a little bit more than I like, but you told me you were about as high a handicapper as they could go, and your first golf ball went about 2 feet in the air, about 180 yards to the right. So massive improvement so far. I do need this a little bit more flexed out versus pulling, okay? So go ahead and grip this club. Get it in there. There you go. Better, better. Okay. Now the final thing I really want you to work on, go ahead and set up to an imaginary golf ball. I want you to feel, start turning back for me, that we unlock this hip a little bit more in the backswing, okay? So you see how I have that hip turning more now? Then when we get up to the top, that elbow is much better than it was, okay? That's gonna put you in a position. So one of the other feels we did was feel like we're just going back 3/4 with that lead arm, right? Because you'd get up to the top and all your structure would break down and you'd spend your entire downswing trying to get back into a functional position where you could actually hit a golf ball, right? Yeah. Maintain that structure, get those arms out. That's what I want you to feel at the top of your backswing every time, okay? Great work today. So with your golf swing, we still don't have you quite athletic enough when you set up, okay? So put the club up against your leg there. Now, when you set up, get your hands, just hold them out here. I want you to be able to get a little bit of knee bend, okay? It's just to where you can see it over the balls of your feet, but not in a position where you're sticking the ass too far back, right? Keep the pelvis under you, get the back straight, and feel like you're gonna round with your shoulders, right? We were talking about this S-curve here, how you like to get into a position where you tilt like this, right? Keep the feel that your belly is sucked in, you know, like I have to walk through life at all times doing, and then round down, okay? Now we'll use your spine. Now get the knees a little less bent, There you go. Now round down more towards the golf ball. There you go. We want to get the pressure in the balls of the feet. Now go ahead and grip the club. It is very important for you to be in a position where you're not pushing the club and getting too far out in front of you and getting your arms too straight, right? We want everything to just fold underneath us here, okay? We want to be more athletic, but we also want to be in a more loose natural position, right? We don't want to feel like we're really tense over a golf ball. So the feet are now shoulder width apart. We strengthen the grip. That's one thing I want. This is a good setup there. Now, let's get this club hanging more neutral there. There you go. Good. Now, get that elbow pointing into your side, forearm out, and then wrist rolled. Now, start turning back to the top for me. Good. That's much more athletic. Now, we can feel this leg straightens a little bit more. Just let it straighten. There you go. Good. Good. Boom. Feel like that arm's out there. Now, that's an athletic position, right? If we're trying to play elite golf and we're trying to play and get into a position where we can make solid contact every time, we need to get into that position where we have good structure at the top, right? So make sure everything's pushed out, make sure you're getting that big turn, and just keep working that structure over and over again. Hey guys, if you like this video, please like and comment. I come out with new content every Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thanks a lot, you guys.